everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls and Happy New Year's Eve. When you see this video, it'll be the day after New Year's Day. Yes, and I am going to be making a yummy lemon cake. So I need to get going. We are going over to a friend's house for New Year's Eve for fun and games. It'll be so fun. We usually do this. We've been meeting together the last few years and it's been a whole lot of fun. So I didn't know what to bring, honestly. I'm like, I've been looking online. I might take a couple of things I've already made videos for, but I'm like, what can I do? And then one of our friends had a lovely, bountiful harvest of Meyer lemons. And then I knew I needed to make my lemon cake. I mean, take a look at this lemon. It nearly looks like an orange. They are delicious. Okay, so I'm super happy about having all of these lemons. What I need to do first, I have everything out behind me, so I'm just going to get started, jump right into the recipe. I am going to be using my Bundt pan, and every time I hear that word, I want to say abundant so bad. So if you hear me say it, it's because my kids say it, and they only said it when they were younger. So anyways, we invent words around here too. So I'm going to get started by greasing that and then greasing it a little bit more because you just do not want it to stick. So I'm going to just do a little bit more. That middle part is the part that I'm like the most worried about, is that I want it to let it go. So for this recipe, it's pretty much a lot of the things I already have in my pantry. So, if you keep a stocked pantry, you should have mostly everything, with the exception of sour cream, which is coming out from the fridge, and cream cheese. Everything else is pretty much I had. So what I'm going to do is put the dry ingredients in here and then wet ingredients in there. So what are everybody's plans? Or tell me what you did for New Year's Eve. I'd love to know. With Vegas being just right around the corner, we get lots of visitors. And it's supposed to be like more cold here than it is in New York City, which is unheard of usually. And we even had some snowflakes today. It's been about a decade since we've had some snow. So my kids are like desperate. They'd love to see some around Christmas time, but maybe we'll get some in the near future, especially if we're already getting flurries. So let me bust out these dry ingredients and put them right there. So I got my flour, and I'm going to put in some sugar, baking soda, baking powder, and some salt. I usually keep my sugar in a container, kind of like my flour, but these are from Christmas, so I'm just trying to use them up. I think I was just putting a whole bunch on the other side. That's okay, we'll even that out. So everything's in here now. I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a mix. And that sugar was all figured out. I just thought I put too much, but I didn't. So it's all ready now. Easy peasy, put it to the side. Now we're going to start with the wet ingredients, which will be some eggs and sugar for 2 minutes. Except I put the sugar with the dry ingredients. So I just try to get as much of the sugar out, and I'll just blend that up and add the rest in. I'm just doing the rind part into the recipe. So because these lemons are kind of smaller, they are extra juicy. It allows me to get like the good parts of the rind. So you can see I'm just using a grater and then just using my finger to swipe right in. I only need a teaspoon, which I'm pretty close to. So I'm just gonna roll this and squeeze out the juice. So I'm just gonna add the juice now of half a cup. Oh, this is lovely. My kitchen is smelling so fresh right now. And the rinds, I just throw them right into the sink. Helps with the disposal. And then I'm going to add the oil. And so now after this, I'll just add the vanilla. It's perfect. Oh, I love this. This is awesome. I mean, I don't love like oil, but this will make that extra juicy and kind of moist. I'm so low on my vanilla. I used to make my own vanilla back in the day, but my friend did a mass order on this one. So I thought, why not? And I used it so fast. So now I'm like, oh, should I make it again or just go buy it? Which I might have to go buy it if I make it anyways, because it takes 6 weeks. All right, I'm gonna blend this. Now that I have most of the dry ingredients mixed in, the last ingredient is sour cream. So this will make it even more moist. It's like, and then it also has a hint of depth to the flavor to the cake. It's not like super sweet. It has like something where people go, "What's in this cake? So good," and you're like, "It's just sour cream." Even though I flubbed a little bit on the sugar part, the batter still looks wonderful. So I think that, of course we know that butter and sugar should cream together first. I don't know where my brain was. So I'm just going to put this right into the pan and get it in the oven. Now remember, the recipe card will be at the end of the video to help you with remembering all of the ingredients. I love how I can see little flecks of the lemon zest. It's gonna be so good. And now it's ready to bake. Now you could do this the night before or early morning. Let it sit on your counter to cool and then put the frosting on before your friends come over, before you have to take it somewhere. So I'm going to put it and make it so I can show you, but I'm going to be going somewhere tonight. So I can't wait, but I need to make sure this cooks for about an hour or so. So that's kind of a long time. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. That'll give me time to clean up and straighten up. Plus, it just smells already so good in my kitchen. My disposal's smelling good. Everything's like lemony fresh. So let me get this going. Just pulled this out of the oven. It is fully cooked. It was like perfect to the recipe card, 65 minutes. And now I'm just going to let it rest for 15, and then I'm going to put it on top of this beautiful cake plate. So I just let the bundt cake rest for 15 minutes. I'm taking my knife and going around the edge. So you're seeing this in it's all its glory. I mean, if it falls apart, it falls apart. But it will be so yummy, I'm sure. So we're just going to take the knife and go around. Oh, that's the timer that says it's time to flip. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do, center it up. I'll bring you closer. It broke in a couple of places, so I'm gonna try to figure that out and fix it really fast. So I just scraped it out, quickly put it on. It just broke in those two little parts. And there's a funny part right here that's got a crack in there, but it's like a perfect crack. So weird. It's like perfectly, like that's where I'll start a slice if I can see it underneath the frosting. But this, with the frosting on it, should be just fine. And I even got to eat some of these little crummies on the side. So good. Okay, it's been long enough. It's now getting dark outside, so I thought I would make the frosting. I have it in the recipe card at the end of the video. Please remember, because it will have the exact measurements. But I forgot that I needed powdered sugar, so I found some in the pantry. Yay! And so what I might do is make it more like a glaze. So I'm going to use everything that I have here. I have some butter, some cream cheese, powdered sugar, and some more of the lemon juice and the lemon zest and some vanilla, things like that. So I'm going to whip that up. If it's a little too thick, what I'm going to do is just water it down, or liquid it down, water it down with milk. Okay, so I'm going to get going on that. Okay, so it's perfect to me. So I thinned it out with probably about a quarter cup of milk. And so it's kind of got more of a glazy, I can pour it over, spread it around easily onto the cake, which I'm going to do right now. So I just wanted to make sure it would fit in the refrigerator because when it's done frosting, I kind of like it to be cooled so it'll like form nicely over the cake. And it did. So, but I'm going to definitely cover up those imperfections. So we'll go with that part first. So hopefully this should pour nicely and then I can smear it. So I'm just gonna, oh yes, this is looking so good. Jonas just licked the beaters and for the frosting and he really, really liked it. So that's good news to me. So it's starting to go down the ring, the middle part, which is great. So now I need to get it more on the outside. And then I'll just kind of smear it around. So I thought I would just show you, it's kind of cooled down a little bit. I'm gonna just slice this up, I think, before we head out. And I can't wait to eat it. You can see back behind me, I have some more of those brie bites, but I'm not using brie, I'm just using cream cheese, the leftover cream cheese from this. So I think it'll taste just great, just as well. And I need to put this down. I'm so grateful to all of you for stopping by my channel today. I am having such a good time cooking for everyone and just showing you what I take to friends' houses, maybe get-togethers, maybe special dinners at our home. I just love to do this, and I know that my family enjoys it, and my friends who come over enjoy it, and it just makes my heart happy. So I'm so grateful to all of you to come and leave me comments and suggestions and just your kind words. I've just had such a great year doing YouTube videos for all of you, and I'm planning on continuing into the next year. Maybe we'll throw in some healthy ones. Maybe. And but also just what we do in our life. I'd love to share a little bit more about that as well. So I'm grateful to all of you. I see you all as my friends, and I wish you the very best year ever coming up. So clean slates, start overs, redos, and just to be optimistic. So have a happy new year and stick around. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next.